Hi students, hope you all will be doing well. Today we will study the core principles of momentum. It's a key concept in physics that explains so much, from why a huge truck is way harder to stop than a bicycle, all the way to how rockets actually fly through deep space. At its heart, it's what physicists call the quantity of motion an object has, and we're about to break down exactly what that means.
All right, here's how we're going to break it down. We'll start with the big question, what is momentum? Then we'll get into how forces change it, which involves something called impulse. After that, we'll dive into a fundamental rule of the universe, the law of conservation. And finally, we'll see it all in action.
Okay, so let's jump right in. What exactly is momentum? Well, you can think of it as the quantity of motion that an object has. A simpler way to put it, it's basically a measure of how tough it is to stop something once it's moving. And of course, there's a formula for it. We use the letter P for momentum, and it's just the object's mass, m, times its velocity, v. That's it. This really simple-looking equation, P equals mv, is honestly the foundation for everything else we're going to talk about today. Now, momentum isn't just a simple number. It's got a couple of really important properties. First off, it's a vector. And what does that mean? It means it has both a size, or magnitude, and a direction. So a car driving north has a totally different momentum than that same car driving east, even at the same speed. And second, we measure it in kilograms meters per second.
These are the key points related to this topic. Focus on them carefully as they are considered essential for your exams.
Okay, here's a super intuitive example. Picture a huge truck and a tiny bicycle, and they're both moving at the exact same speed. Right away, you know the truck has way more mass, which means it has way more momentum. And that's exactly why bringing that truck to a stop is so much harder. But it's not just about mass. Velocity is just as crucial. Think about a fastball from a professional baseball pitcher. That thing has an enormous amount of momentum, mostly because of its incredible speed. But get this, a really heavy bowling ball that's just rolling along slowly could actually have the exact same momentum. Why? Because its huge mass makes up for its low speed. It's all about that balance between the two. All right, so we know what momentum is, but what does it take to change it? That's what brings us to our next section, force and impulse. This is where we get into the nuts and bolts of how motion actually changes. You've probably heard of Newton's second law, but you might not know its most complete definition, which is all about momentum. It says that a force, F, is equal to the rate of change of momentum, and you can see that in the formula here. You take the final momentum, subtract the initial momentum, and then you divide all that by the time, t, that it took for the change to happen. Now, for most of the stuff we deal with day to day, an object's mass doesn't really change, right? And when the mass is constant, that bigger formula simplifies down to the one you probably learned in school. Force equals mass times acceleration. You know, the famous F equals ma. And this idea is directly connected to something we call impulse. Impulse is just the force multiplied by the time it's applied. You can think of it as the kick or the shove an object gets. And here's the key. That kick is exactly equal to its change in momentum.
Listed are the main insights for the heading discussed. Note them specifically since they are highly relevant for exams.
You've absolutely felt this yourself. Imagine catching a baseball. If you just stick your hand out and catch it stiffly, the time of impact is super short. And what happens? The force on your hand is huge. It stings, right? But what if you move your hand back as you catch the ball? You're increasing the time of that impact. The ball's momentum change is the same, but because you spread it out over a longer time, the force you feel is way smaller. It's just an easier, less painful catch. And this isn't just about catching baseballs. This exact principle saves lives every single day in car crashes. Airbags, crumple zones, all those safety features are designed to do just one thing: increase the amount of time it takes for a person's momentum to drop to zero during a collision. By stretching out that time, even by a fraction of a second, they drastically reduce the forces on the passengers, making a crash much more survivable. We can even visualize and calculate impulse using something called a force time graph. It's pretty straightforward. The area under the curve on the graph represents the total impulse. So in this simple example, if you apply a steady force of 10 newtons for 2 seconds, the area is just 10 times 2, which is 20 newton seconds. And since impulse equals the change in momentum, that means the object's momentum also changed by 20 kilogram meters per second.
Okay, now we're getting into something really big, a truly fundamental rule of the universe. In this section, we're talking about the law of conservation of momentum. This is one of the absolute cornerstones of physics.
So what does this law say? Basically, the total momentum of a system remains constant provided that no external forces act on the system. What that really means is, in a closed-off system, you can't just create or destroy momentum out of thin air. It can be passed around between objects, but the total amount you started with never changes. The simplest way to think about it is this. The total momentum you have before some kind of interaction happens is exactly the same as the total momentum you have after. It is always, always conserved. Let's make this real. Imagine two ice skaters just standing still, facing each other. What's their total momentum? 0, right? They're not moving. Now, they push off each other. One goes flying one way, and the other goes flying the opposite way. Now they both have momentum. But here's the cool part. Because momentum has direction, their individual momentums are equal in size, but in opposite directions. So when you add them together as vectors, they perfectly cancel out. The total momentum of the two-skater system is still 0. Okay, for our last section, let's really see this amazing law in action. We're going to look at two pretty dramatic situations: collisions and explosions.
Okay, rule number 1. In any type of collision, momentum is always conserved. Always. But kinetic energy, the energy of motion, is a little different. In what we call elastic collisions, think of billiard balls clacking against each other. Both momentum and kinetic energy are conserved. But in inelastic collisions, like if you threw two balls of clay at each other and they stick, momentum is still conserved, but some of that kinetic energy gets converted into other things, like heat or the sound of the splat.
And then you have the most extreme version, which is called a perfectly inelastic collision. This is when the objects that collide actually stick together and move off as a single unit with one shared velocity. The classic textbook example is a bullet firing into a block of wood and getting stuck inside. So this law isn't just about things crashing together, it also perfectly describes things flying apart. An explosion is really just like a collision played in reverse. Think about a firework just sitting there before it goes off. Its momentum is 0. Then boom, it explodes. All those pieces go flying off in every direction. But if you could measure the momentum of every single one of those pieces and add them all up as vectors, what would you get? You guessed it, still 0. And the classic go-to example for this is firing a cannon. Before you fire, the cannon and the cannonball inside it are just sitting there. Total momentum, 0. Then you light the fuse, the cannonball shoots forward with a massive amount of positive momentum. So, to keep the total momentum of the whole system at 0, the cannon itself has to recoil or kick backward with an equal and opposite amount of momentum. That powerful kickback? That's conservation of momentum in action, right there. All right, let's do a super quick recap of the most important things we've covered. First, momentum is simply mass of motion, and its formula is P equals mv. Second, impulse is the change in momentum, and it's caused by a force acting over time. And third, the big one, in any closed system, the total amount of momentum is always, always conserved.
And that leaves us with one final thought-provoking question for you. We know that an object's momentum can only be changed by an external force. So, how do rockets speed up in the total vacuum of space where there's nothing to push against? The answer is hiding in everything we've just talked about. Thank you for your attention today.
Relevant keywords for this topic are shown on the screen, grouped by different examination boards. These terms need special attention during study as they are critical and should not be ignored under any condition. Along with this, past paper analysis is given for every board and type of paper. Be sure to review this thoroughly as it will help improve your preparation significantly. Also focus on understanding the meaning and application of each keyword instead of memorizing them individually. Regular practice using these terms in past paper will increase your accuracy and exam success. Important keywords for this topic appear on the screen sorted according to various exam boards. These terms require focused study as they are very important and must not be neglected under any circumstances. Furthermore, a detailed past paper analysis included for each board and paper format. Pay attention to this section as it will greatly improve your preparations. In addition, try to understand each keyword in context instead of memorizing them individually. Regular practice using these keywords in past questions will enhance your accuracy and overall exam performance.
Please subscribe our channel to get more educational videos. Thank you.